Hey everyone! Today we're going to talk about a bombshell news that's shaking up the F1 paddock. Sergio Perez, our beloved Checo, has rejected a contract offer from Red Bull for 2025. This decision caught everyone by surprise and has huge implications for the driver market. Let's analyze together what this means for Perez, Red Bull, and the other drivers eyeing this coveted seat. So without further ado, let's dive into this topic. Sergio Perez has had quite a tumultuous journey since joining Red Bull. Competing alongside Max Verstappen, one of the most talented and fastest drivers on the grid, is no easy task for anyone. Checo has had brilliant moments, but he has also faced difficulties. Let's remember some notable races. Perez had a strong start in some seasons, with important podiums and even victories, like the memorable one in Baku. But over time, we saw a performance decline, especially when compared to Verstappen's overwhelming pace. This raised many questions about his consistency and ability to be the second driver Red Bull needs to secure the Constructors' Championship. The pressure increased even more after Verstappen's spectacular comeback in Miami. Expectations were sky high, and although Perez showed resilience, he couldn't maintain a consistent level of performance. Qualifying sessions were a weak point, with drops at critical moments, as we saw in Imola, which the team considered an anomaly, but fans and the media did not overlook. Red Bull needs a second driver capable of consistently fighting for podiums, and of course, who can help the team close the performance gap with other teams? And this is where we start to see cracks in the relationship between Perez and the team. The public confidence that Christian Horner and Red Bull have shown seems not to be so solid behind the scenes. Now, let's talk about the contract offer Red Bull made to Perez and the unexpected rejection. Red Bull offered Perez a one-year contract for 2025. For many, it seemed like a fair offer, considering his inconsistent performance lately. However, Perez surprised everyone by rejecting this proposal. Instead of accepting, he presented a 2-year counterproposal, which Red Bull quickly rejected. This rejection not only surprised the team, but also caused a real stir in the driver market. After all, rejecting a contract extension with one of the most dominant teams in F1 is not a decision taken lightly. So why did Perez make this decision? Well, there are a few possible explanations. Firstly, he is looking for more stability. At 34, Perez knows he doesn't have many years left at the top of motorsport and wants to secure his future in F1 for a longer period. Additionally, he might be interested in securing a spot in the team for the new regulations coming into effect in 2026. But this rejection also raises questions about Perez's confidence in the team and the car. Is he starting to doubt whether Red Bull can provide him with a competitive environment where he can truly shine alongside Verstappen? Or is he seeking more security and confidence in the team, something a one-year contract does not offer? Regardless of the reasons, this contract rejection has put Perez and Red Bull in a delicate position. What seemed like a simple contract negotiation now has much larger implications for both sides. Perez's contract rejection not only affected his position at Red Bull, but also caused a real earthquake in the driver market. When such a coveted seat as Red Bull's potentially becomes available, many drivers start recalculating their options and strategies. First, we have Carlos Sainz, who has already been mentioned as a possible replacement. The Spaniard has had a solid performance at Ferrari, but his situation with the Italian team has been unstable. Sainz is known for preferring long-term contracts, which give him security to focus on his performance. If Red Bull is genuinely interested in him, it could mean a significant change for Sainz, who is currently considering his options for 2025, including a possible move to Sauber in preparation for Audi's full entry. Next, we have Daniel Ricciardo. The Australian was once a favorite to return to Red Bull, but his recent performances at McLaren did not help his case. Despite his undeniable talent and history with the team, Ricciardo would have to prove that he still has what it takes to compete at the highest level. Alex Albon also enters this equation. Currently at Williams, Albon has shown good performance, and there is a possibility that he could return to Red Bull, where he had a previous stint. However, he would have to overcome the pressure and expectations that come with the main team seat. Yuki Tsunoda, who has impressed at AlphaTauri, is also eyeing a possible promotion. His strong start to the season has been noteworthy, but he still needs to prove he can maintain this consistency throughout the year. With all these names in play, Perez's rejection has created a real musical chairs scenario in the paddock. Every driver is waiting for Red Bull's final decision to determine their next steps, and this only increases the tension and expectation for everyone involved. Now let's talk about the statements made by Christian Horner, Red Bull's team principal, about Sergio Perez's situation. Horner is known for being quite strategic in his communications, and his recent words about Perez are revealing. After the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, Horner commented carefully about Perez's future. He highlighted that the team is aware of its options and will make decisions at the right time. This statement, although vague, indicates that Red Bull is considering all possibilities before making a final decision. Horner also mentioned that the team knows exactly where it stands in the driver market and what its options are. This suggests that despite the public support for Perez, Red Bull is seriously considering other alternatives for the second seat. Perez's rejection of the one-year contract clearly complicated the situation and forced the team to reassess its options. An interesting point raised by Andrew Benson of the BBC is that the reason Red Bull is interested in extending Perez's contract is the lack of good options available on the market. This may indicate that the team still values Perez's experience and skill, despite his inconsistencies. Additionally, Horner stated that the team will make decisions at the right time for them, indicating that there is no rush to resolve this issue. This suggests that Red Bull is willing to wait until it finds the best possible solution, whether with Perez or another driver. Horner's words reflect a calculated and strategic approach, something essential in such a competitive sport as Formula One. What is clear is that regardless of the final decision, Red Bull is committed to ensuring it has the best possible driver duo to maintain its dominant position in the championship. Hey guys, we've reached the end of our analysis on Sergio Perez's contract rejection from Red Bull, and all the implications this has for the F1 driver market. Perez's decision not only put his future in doubt, but also triggered a series of speculations and strategic moves among other drivers and teams. Red Bull now faces the challenge of deciding whether to continue with Perez or bet on another driver for the second seat. Carlos Sainz, Daniel Ricciardo, Alex Albon, and Yuki Tsunoda are all names on the radar, each bringing their own advantages and challenges. Christian Horner's comments show that Red Bull is approaching this situation very cautiously, analyzing all options before making a final decision. This is crucial, as the right choice can keep the team on top, while the wrong one could compromise their future plans. For Perez, the search for stability and a longer contract is understandable. However, he needs to weigh his options carefully, as a wrong move could cost him his position in one of the most competitive teams in F1. And of course, all this creates huge anticipation for F1 fans. Who will be the next to occupy the seat alongside Max Verstappen? And what will this mean for the future of Red Bull and the championship as a whole? So folks, I want to know your opinions. What do you think of Perez's decision? Who would you like to see at Red Bull in 2025? Leave your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more analysis and news about the world of Formula One. Until next time, and remember, always drive safely.